Tap. That's the sound. Coming from the mist. It's not the gulpers, not the lurkers. Something worse. Far, far worse. Far out there. Far Harbor fights it, but it can't. The tapping from the mist. The walking cane drops, and with each tap, a life is taken. And so the garden gnome stands still, waiting to tap its cane once more. You remember in the Commonwealth it was the teddy bears we had to worry about. Little mischievous creatures always looking for a laugh. But here in Far Harbor there's something worse. These gnomes aren't here for a laugh. They're here for blood. And we need to find out their secrets. So today I will be listing my top 10 gnomes in Fallout 4. Let's get into it. Starting off with number 10, we have a Massacre. You can find this to the southwest of Eagles Cove Tannery. You come up on what looks like ruins, and the ground is dark. Maybe there was a fire here. My God! Execution style, a gnome is standing over a decapitated skeleton. He sawed its head off. And this poor person is still holding the locket of their loved one. But the picture is all stained now. These things don't care. They like ruining love. Rumor has it if you have a family, you increase your chances of death by 50%. You think wives actually put these in front of their house? No, they're hideous. They just show up. Lock your doors, hide your kids, hide your wife, whatever you have to do to make sure they don't get inside. But clearly at this house, it was too late. Now, if you keep searching, you'll find another dead body. A gnome who stuck a metal scalpel in the person's chest, and not just anywhere, right in the heart. That's what they can't stand, love. Oh, it makes their paint chip away. But you'll notice this gnome is burned. What's up with that? Okay, so you head to the back of the ruins, and now you find another dead person right next to another burned gnome. But this time, there's an oil can by their feet, as well as a much bigger barrel right next to them. This must have been oil for the fire that burned this whole place down. But this new body, it doesn't have any weapons in them, so this gnome must have lit itself on fire and jumped at this person, clinging onto them while their stomach burns away. This whole place is a massacre. You see now what we're dealing with. Are you sure you want to continue? Okay. Number 9, some gnomes are sick of the garden. They want to become pirates and take to the high seas. You can find this to the southeast of Far Harbor. This is right next to the big welcome sign. You'll see a little boat, and inside, a gnome, again, has chopped someone's head off with a machete as they were trying to climb into the boat. They were probably the owner of this ship. They were just swimming back from their friend's boat right over there, because when they got over there, they realized their friend was gone, disappeared. And he checked all the other boats, and same thing, all the owners were gone. What the heck? Something's not right here. So he was swimming back to his own boat to get the hell out of there, and then just as he's trying to climb up, shing! This is my boat now. I rule eastern seas. Oh, sick of the garden we be, sick of the garden we be. Take to the seas, it pleases me, as well as this new machete. Sick of the garden we be, take to the ocean we be. I'll cut off your head, it jiggles dead. Friends no longer we be. Oh, hollering. Number 8, that song is already spread across the island. There's no stopping them now. You can find this next one in the water to the south of the Harbor Grand Hotel. These pirate gnomes, they're out for more than just booty. Although, damn, you should still protect yours just to be safe. Wow, I'm proud of you. Crap. But no, what they're looking for are numbers. Numbers that go up. And also include death. Death numbers that are going up, rising. What I'm trying to say is they want to kill people, as many as they can, even if it means filling a boat with their remains. As you can see, these two gnomes are fishing for dead bodies, ones that they already drowned and are now just collecting as a prize. I'm actually surprised they were able to catch a couple fish. It was an accident, I'm sure. Just happened to be next to the skull they were reeling in, and the hands, and the jaws, and the femurs. Actually, they're still working on the person caught in the net. That's a full body there. You shouldn't let that slip away. Ugh. What I'm trying to say is the water used to be very clean and safe, but now it's not. Stick to the sanctuary hills we be. Number 7, you really think these creatures are all buddy-buddy? You think they're just holding hands going, yay, look at us murder people in their faces. After this, let's go decorate some houses. No, they don't all like each other. There are rivalries, gangs, and turf wars. You know the gnomes back in the last number. They're just across the water a little bit. Well, they've been sailing their ships into the South Seas for too damn long. The eastern coast, that's where they came from. That was theirs. And all the gnomes agreed on this. Oh, but lately the kill-stealing has been rampant. They're coming down south and killing all the humans there. And the South Sea gnomes, they don't like this. So you know what? It's time to start an inferno. These gnomes are setting fire to the sea. burning all the ships that come through here. They're holding Molotov cocktails. They've got a crate behind them with grenades and more cocktails. And surrounding them is dark, thick smoke that chokes the air, billowing from sunken ships. Some medium, some very large. This is all-out war. And the gnomes over in the boat, they're in a much smaller vehicle, so they've been able to dodge the explosives, but now they're at a standstill. Why do you think they stopped collecting all of the skeletons? Because here they are. Do they sail up to the island and attack? They might get hit with cocktails, might not be safe, so who attacks first, Number 6, not every gnome wants to fight in this. Join a gang and fight in a turf war. No, some gnomes have to keep things afloat, All of those Molotov cocktails and frag grenades, they're being paid for by someone, cough cough, the taxpayer, funding the military services for these gnomes to take over the whole island, but instead they're just shooting each other, wasting everything, and the Gnomervent officials won't do a bit about it. Oh, crabgrass. Well, thanks to hardworking Bill over here, he's keeping the war efforts funded. As you can see, he works at Echo Lake Lumber. You can find him inside the tree loader, right there at the helm. He's in the process of taking trees from the conveyor belt and then loading them into a stack to be cut later on. At least I think. I don't know a damn thing about logging. Are the trees going in or out of the water? I don't know. But what's important here is that Bill is doing a fantastic job. Bill, keep it up. Number 5, it's always best if you're going, ow! What the heck? Oh, there's people here. They're trappers. Oh, hold on. I haven't had to do this yet. Oh, I've got horrible aim. This is the spot you to choose! Right, well, they're all dead. It looks like this gnome didn't mind the company of them very much. They were probably giving it drinks as a sign of peace, make it work for them. I honestly doubt this gnome would have left them alive for very much longer, but hey, free alcohol is free alcohol. But you can tell this thing's daring, no worries at all. It's getting drunk on a small metal beam. This is on the back of the MS Azalea. One misstep in any direction and it's plummeting below. It's over here trying to play with blocks, spell out full sentences. Gnome, you're drunk, okay? You need help. So I pushed him off. This was a good way to wake him up a bit. The water took off some of his smell because, wow, odor. And then I put him to sleep on a metal container, gave him some pork and beans and water, to just get something else into his stomach, and then put a bucket under him just in case. Yeah, that whole night was messy. I mean, I held back his beard for him. Actually, we bonded. He told me he doesn't like the direction the gnomes have been going. That's understandable. And that they have a leader who's making this happen. We need to find out who this is. Number 4, I think we have someone who's just like the last guy. Tired of fighting. Tired of the endless killing. You can find this just to the north of the MS Azalea, on the edge of a cliff. This gnome is contemplating its life. Contemplating the lives of all the gnomes. There was a time when decorating someone's lawn was highly regarded. They added so much life to the plants and the flowers. Sometimes they would show you the way to the backyard. It was gratifying work. But now they're just surrounded by water. Continuous waves of rolling water. What does it all mean? What's their true purpose on this planet? Was it actually to do all of this murdering? Or was it to improve the household, improve the family, so they can go out with their kids, play on the lawn? Throw sticks all the way to the fence for the dog to grab. Have cookouts. Invite friends over and just share that peace and warmth of being around. Oh, son of a bitch! He pushed an old person off the cliff. The wheelchair's all messed up. There's a blood stain where it landed. Forget it. Number 3, the doctor is in, and he's funky fresh. You can find this on the northwestern part of Fringe Cove Docks. There's some cargo boxes that you're going to have to jump up, but once you get to the yellow one, there you see it, a gnome holding a stim pack, wearing some very cool shades, and smoking a cigar. Yeah, this is some of that alternative medicine that I've been hearing about. Essentially, if you look cool and you feel cool, your organs are going to mimic that behavior. So, like, if you're having migraines and light is really sensitive, wear sunglasses. Easy. You have strep throat, okay, burn away all the bacteria with cigar smoke. What are you, a little wuss? You're bleeding from the leg because of a gun wound. Well, don't use a stim pack. In fact, I'll purposely keep it from you. No, let it bleed out, dude. It's gonna make a gnarly scar. So yeah, these are the methods that this doctor has adopted. I don't know if it's helping. The only patient he has is very much dead, but you can't knock it until you try it, right? I mean, if my teeth fall out, I'll just put bullets up there. Oh, I'll have a golden grill made out of 45 rounds. All right. Number 2, Swiggity Swingo. Give me that Flamingo. We have a very flirtatious gnome for this one. You can find it in front of a destroyed house to the east of Haddock Cove. You go to the front lawn, and there's a gnome next to a group of flamingos. What could he possibly be doing? Now, don't try to tell me this gnome is just doing what he was meant to and be a decoration. Okay, don't even act like that's still a possibility. After all the ones we've already seen, give me a break. Now, this guy is here for the flamingos. I will say they weren't his first option. I mean, they're much taller than him. They're also birds. But when you come from a community of only short, bearded men, you do begin to branch out. That's exactly what he's doing. But I feel really bad for these flamingos. They don't even know they're being taken advantage of. I mean, he was even trying to hide an alarm clock in the bushes so that come 6 a.m., he's out of there. Sorry, love, I've got to bounce. The South Sea pirates need help burning down ships. I'll never be able to come back to you. Although he's not going to sound like that. His diaphragm is much smaller than mine. Sorry, love, I've got to bounce. The South Sea pirates need help burning down ships. I'll never be able to. And number 1, we finally know who's leading all of the gnomes. Our friend warned us about him, but nothing could prepare us for this. You can find him on the roof of the Vim Pop Factory, and in fact, you need a jetpack just to get up here. He shouldn't be easy to reach. So you go around the dome, you keep going until finally you see him, perched up on his throne. His followers are offering him blood, and skeletons, and silver lockets ripped from the hands of wives and husbands. This is the leader of all the gnomes. And even though that, yes, there are turf wars and gangs within their community, all gnomes pledge allegiance to the Dome Gnome, leader of the gnomes. He's the only one who can see into the dome, and by doing so, he can see into the future. You thought Far Harbor was meant for the islanders? Or the synths of Acadia? Or the children of Adam? The dome tells all, and the dome says that gnomes will rule the entire island. There's nothing you can do to stop it. Try shooting them, it won't help. The force is already in motion. Heads are being cut off, ships are being burned, flamingos are being defiled. There's no stopping this. Give in to the dome. Your death is already sealed. End it. End it now, lest they do it with their own saws, their own scalpels. Give in to the dome. Give in to the gnome.